Avenue and Kahukai, and unfortunately they share with me that that has claimed one home, bringing the total number of structures now to 36 that have been destroyed as a result of these eruptions. 27 of them, they tell me, are homes. Total number of structures now to 36. Eruption has also been reported. The second one today, confirmed just moments ago. That one, I'm told, is on Kaupili Street. However, we're still trying to effort details as to exactly where on Kaupili Street that is. Keep in mind, again, 2 new eruptions within Leilani Estates evacuation zone. This was just confirmed by Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials. Now, it's unclear at this time if they are no longer going to allow access for Leilani Estates evacuees who have been returning to the area as a result of their attempts to try to either gather additional belongings or also just check on their property. But we can confirm Fissure 13 has erupted at Leilani Street and Kahukai Street. Fissure 14, we're told, is on Kaupili. A house was destroyed at the eruption of Leilani and Kahukai. And according again to the Emergency Operations Center, this now brings the total number of homes that were destroyed to 27, total number of structures destroyed 36. We are also hearing reports of massive cracks along Mohala Street. Again, we are told that there are massive cracks along Mohala Street near Kaupili. What we have not been able to confirm, though, is if that's the same location as the new eruption that just broke out on Kaupili Street, being referred to now as Fissure 14. If you are just joining us, moments ago, we got off the phone with the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials in the Emergency Operations Center, and they did confirm for us that 2 new eruptions have broke out within Leilani Estates, the evacuation zone. The first, which they're referring to as Fissure 13, is at Leilani phone with the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials in the Emergency Operations Center, and they did confirm for us that 2 new eruptions have broke out within Leilani Estates, the evacuation zone. The first, which they're referring to as Fissure 13, is at Leilani Kaupili. In fact, one person tells us that when they entered a driveway of a home just off Mohala Street earlier this morning, there were a few cracks on the road. They said noticeable cracks. That's how they described them. However, when it was time for them to leave, they noticed the crack had grown to nearly 10 inches in just a short amount of time. They said probably 2 hours. That just goes to show you again how quickly conditions can change out in that evacuation zone. Right now, it is unclear whether or not Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials are going to allow those property or to gather additional belongings. It's unclear if that will continue to take place. We have not been told of mandatory evacuations. We also have not gotten one of those emergency alerts like the one that was sent out on Sunday night when continued evacuations were still taking place and a new eruption had developed. So we are standing by for that information. What we can tell you is that the earlier report from today, just less than 2 hours ago, was that it appeared that activity had stalled, that there was a pause along the lava front at each of those 12 stays. Hawaii County officials, though, working in close connection, of course, with USGS HVO scientists, were very quick to warn residents that because of how much instability in the region, seismic activity, and of course magma that is unaccounted for after having drained out of Pu'u'o'o having drained out of Pu'u'o'o and Halima'uma'u crater, they did not think that this event was over. They simply believed that there was a pause, a stall, and it was unclear how long that would last. Well, apparently it did not last very long, as again, Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials can now confirm 2 new eruptions. The first at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai. Leilani Avenue and Kahukai, that they're describing as an additional home, bringing the total number of homes lost, according to the Emergency Operations Center, now to 26, and the total number of structures lost has now hit 37. And as we have also heard, a second eruption has been confirmed that they're calling Fissure 14 at Kaupili. Again, an exact location on Kaupili has yet to be determined, but we have been hearing from lots of folks who were in the evacuation zone earlier today that Kaupili here at the Highway 130 Pohoa-Kapoho Road intersection, this is the initial security checkpoint for those Leilani Estates evacuees who were to also just collect whatever additional belongings that may still remain. Right now, I am getting an alert coming in from the Emergency Operations Center at 27, total structures that have been lost at 36. 27 homes have been destroyed, 36 have been destroyed, and again, 2 new eruptions, Fissure 13 at Leilani and Kahukai, Fissure 14 on Kaupili Street, and reports down to Kaupili Street. Now, if it turns out that they stop allowing Leilani Estates residents to go into the evacuation zone, we'll of course be the first to let you know. But at this time, we have not received an emergency alert. That was the case on Sunday. Were still within that neighborhood and an eruption had been confirmed. So it's unclear right now what might be different about these two eruptions, these 2 confirmed fissures. They could perhaps be in an area of the subdivision where they were already not allowing residents, is a possibility. We can also tell you, though, that there have been shifting winds throughout the day as a result, too, of pretty significant rainfall off and on. It might not be raining too hard right now. It's just there are also concerns, of course, the health hazard that is posed by the sulfur dioxide that's released into the air. Those elevated levels, in fact, have prevented officials to allow Lenny Puna Gardens residents an opportunity to head back into their neighborhood. They have not been given that second. They have not been given that second chance. Only the Leilani Estates residents have been allowed to. And of course, that policy changed today with the distribution of placards that are issued by the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. You have to check in to obtain one at the Pohoa Sacred Hearts Church. That's the Newt County as well. That's only open from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. daily. That's also a source for residents who are looking for more information about the ongoing eruption activity. Earlier today, it appeared to have stalled, but just about 10 minutes ago now, we have been able to confirm the activity has picked back up again. 2 new eruptions. Leilani Avenue, that's the first one. That's at Kahukai. That's where we're told another house has been lost, bringing the total homes lost, according to the Emergency Operations Center, to 27, and the total number of structures lost to 36. There's also that 14th fissure, which they have only said is on Kaupili. However, we've been hearing reports throughout the morning of fissures that have been developing large cracks 12 inches wide near Mohala and Kaupili. The situation here changes so quickly that we certainly advise that the best thing for you to do would be to download our Hawaii. You can stay tuned with us, not just on air and online, but also streaming on our mobile device. And of course, if evacuations are picked up again for that zone, for the Leilani Estates subdivision, we will be sure to let you guys know. In the meantime, to confirm, Fissure 13 that have developed in Leilani Estates, one of which has claimed a house. Stay tuned to Hawaii News Now for the very latest. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there. Aloha, ahui ho. Milaka, yes, I
I just was there, had to leave because ground cracks was getting crazy and my phone was dead, but it's just happened. It's about 5-10 minutes away from the actual action of happening. It's on Leilani Street and Kahukai. This flow will be, I'm pretty sure it will be going on to Pohoiki Road. It will be crossing Pohoiki Road and into Lanipuna subdivision. Just to let everybody know, that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. Lava is entering. It's on Leilani Street. New eruption, Uncle. A new one right now. New eruption right now for sure. On Leilani Street and Kahukai.
Leilani, Kahukai, and Kahukai.
Yeah.
And they lost the house on Leilani and Kahukai.
Another house lost on Leilani and Kahukai. It's probably my friend Jason Van Handy. Sorry, my brother. I'm so sorry about what's happening, man. Fuck. But it is pumping right now. Sorry to the family that lost their home, Mr. Jason Van Handy. But it is erupting at this time right now as we speak. So so if we can, it is. And also there is another eruption, which is the one I said earlier, on Kaupili Street, and it's still going. And so that's what's happening right now. And yeah, so sorry to be so sorry to see what's happening right now. So new eruption on Leilani and Kahukai. One structure down, and it is raging. So it's actually, this one might be crossing Leilani, not Leilani, but Pohoiki Road. This one is pumping right now. So yeah, so it is happening. There is a new eruption right now. So just to let everybody know. On, hey cousin. All right. Oh,
just call work the plant.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, I stay helping out, but you guys need anything? What kind of specific things you guys need?
Nah, just manpower maybe.
Yeah, I guess we're breaking some gravel up over here and stuff, but
yeah. This is my cousin right here. Yo, a new eruption just happened, huh?
Yeah, right
Leilani, yeah. So
yeah,
that
just working over there. I was like, hey, is he smoke coming out of the
yes. Nah, yeah, just manpower, cuz. Hey, go eat.
No, I just like came for. I just like help. I powered early.
Right on, cuz. So that's what's happening. New eruption. Can go right there. Yep. New eruption right now happening right now. Just opened up on a couple minutes ago on Leilani Street and Kahukai. Kaupili also has a fissure opening up that was active, but right now it is going off. So you know, that's what's happening. Other than that, you know, we are seeing, and they are seeing what I seen, a lot of smoke, a lot of action. So feel sorry for my friend Jason Van Handy. I think it's your house, bro. It was right there on your yard. And damn, sorry, man. So this flow looks like it will be flowing onto onto Pohoiki Road, passing Pohoiki Road. So keep that in mind, guys. Aloha, everybody. I'll be sending you videos and posting them about what's happening. So aloha, everybody. And sad. I'm just sad because it went back down the rift. And so, you know, other than that, aloha, and I'll be reporting more updates.
in Leilani Estate subdivision, where lava activity appeared to have paused this morning. Hundreds of residents are still, though, evacuated from their homes by the lava, which has already claimed at least 36 structures and covered some 104 acres since eruptions began on Thursday evening. Now let's check in live with Mileka Lincoln, who is standing by outside of Leilani Estates. Mileka.
Aloha, Sean. Yes, we are here at the primary checkpoint. This is at Highway 130 and Pohoa-Kapoho Road. And right now, no one is being allowed past this point into the Leilani Estates area. And they have also ordered an immediate evacuation for anyone who may have still been in Leni Puna Gardens. Now, it's unclear exactly what the situation is within Leni Puna Gardens, especially because no one was supposed to still be in that area. There was a mandatory evacuation that was ordered there last week, Thursday, and no residents have been allowed to return to their homes because of what we were told were dangerously high sulfur dioxide levels. Now, as you mentioned, though, there are 2 new eruptions within Leilani Estates. This, according to Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency officials who I spoke with about an hour ago, who confirmed those 2 new fissures. The first, which they're referring to as Fissure 13, they say is at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai. That is the eruption that they say claimed yet another house. That brings the total of homes that have been lost to 27 and 36 structures. Again, that's Fissure 13 as they reported at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai. That said, we were also hearing reports of a potential fissure located at Leilani and Kumukahi. We are trying to confirm if that is in fact the case. But we can tell you Fissure 14, as they have reported it, is located on Kaupili. Exactly where on Kaupili has not yet been released by officials. I think there's so much going on right now. They're just trying to get eyes and ears, of course, down in the scene as safely as possible. But we did hear that there was an awful large crack that had formed on Mohala Street heading down toward Kaupili earlier today. That was the report. Residents who had attempted to gain access into some of those houses and said they had to turn around for fear that considerable amount of smoke west of Nohea. And as a result, many of those residents who had been inside or gather additional belongings instead ended up leaving because of what they said was a noxious amount of poisonous gas they believed that they were smelling. And again, those are those extremely elevated levels of sulfur dioxide, which is exactly why Leni Puna residents have not been allowed to return to their houses. Now, Leni Puna is accessible here off of Pohoa-Kapoho Road, also known as Highway 132. Because of those significantly high, those dangerous levels of sulfide dioxide readings that have been consistently getting captured by officials, they have not allowed Leni Puna residents into that area since they did a mandatory evacuation on Thursday. So it's unclear that emergency alert fired on all of the cell phones here at Highway 130 Pohoa-Kapoho Road. You should have seen all of the scrambling that was taking place within Pu'uhonua o Puna. This, of course, is the information hub that was set up by the community. Very latest updates and information to also accept donations that are coming in from all over the island, all over the state, and to distribute those supplies as well. You could hear the sounds of all of those alerts firing on everyone's cell phone. And the question from folks, why was Leni Puna being evacuated? What they've done here at the Highway 130 checkpoint, this is one of the initial checkpoints. Points here that has been set up by the National Guard, by also those officials within Hawaii County PD. You can see here what's going to happen is they are going to stop this lady. They're going to tell her that she is not able to estates until they can get a handle on what is happening inside the evacuation zone. That's meantime, we have not been able to confirm if they are going to do inside the evacuation zone as a result of that re-entry access that they have been providing folks. We'd reached out to some officials. Actually, it does look like those cars have been allowed to pass. So what we will try to confirm again, secondary checkpoint, which has been established at Highway 130 and Leilani Avenue. We're going to wait here. So the first thing that they're going to do here, as you guys have been noticing, is check ID. Then they're going to look for the placard. Racing through here, heading down Pahoa-Kapoho Road. Initial evacuation, the emergency alert came out for Lanipuna Gardens saying that folks needed to leave Kapoho. For folks who are trying to head into the Leilani estate, the Emergency Operations Center out of Hilo. There's no word yet on making a decision about whether to have Leilani Estates evacuate, but take a look at to police sirens, to fire engine sirens for the last 25 minutes now. Yes, confirming 2 new vents. All Lanipuna residents must evacuate now. Evacuate towards the ocean using Isaac Hale Beach. Number 14 has erupted near Kaupili Street. You need to reach out to them. You need to let them know that they are being told right now by officials that they need to evacuate immediately.
Time residents took us in, and this was before much before the alert. But what we did see around 11 o'clock, we actually heard some school which is shut down because of the possible threat. She was in her house packing her belongings, getting some last things. This was the third time that she was in her house with friends, and of course we were there. There to document the whole thing, and at about 11:30, all of a sudden we heard, "Get out, get out." What was going on. All we heard was, "You need to leave." Now we don't know exactly the timing. I can just tell you that 11:30, the resident 12 happened. That's what they kept saying. We talked to Ikaika Marzo, who's known as the mayor of Puna. He said something is going to happen. I know it. I can feel it. The earth is shaking. And then when they saw those cracks widening, they knew that something was going to happen. So it was a very eerie feeling. A lot of people just scrambling out to you.
And Mahia, before you go, one quick question. What was it like in headquarters there when that word came out? Can you give us an idea of how tense the room was, if it was in fact tense at all?
County Civil Defense, and he said, "This is serious. This is serious. I gotta go." So again, we are trying to get you as much as we can, and as soon as we know more details, we will bring it to you. Sean?
Okay, thank you so much, Mahia. Let's go. Mileka, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hashan, I can hear. After hearing from another resident that the fissure that developed along Kaupili there's some sputtering and gurgling, but it doesn't appear to be as much as a potential immediate or imminent threat or danger as the situation at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai. And because of the fact that the reason for the emergency alert that was issued ordering that mandatory evacuation. Now, I did get a chance to check in with the Hawaii County officials, the police officers who are here on the scene at threat right now within Leilani Estates in the areas that they were already allowing residents to gain access, meaning they have decided that they are going to continue to allow Leilani Estates residents who have the proper photo identification and the newly issued placard, which you had to go and pick up earlier today at Pohoa Sacred Hearts Church. You need to show photo. Can keep track of who's going in and out of that neighborhood to ensure that it's residents only and no sightseers. No one who just wants to get an up-close look at the lava. The area changed drastically, and they said that right now their number one concern, given where the flow is right now, Leilani and Kahukai is not the actual lava direction or wildfire threat that's being posed for Leilani Estates, but rather for Lenni Puna Garden. For whatever reason, have been a holdout who had stayed behind. What we can tell you is that they are being told if they can where that eruption is located, they have to instead head Makai toward the ocean. We're told they need to evacuate Beach Park. And again, go Makai if you're within Lenni Puna Gardens and you can hear this messaging, because you will not be able to gain a momentarily pause in the lava activity. Accounted for as a result of the draining that has been taking place, the rapid decline, the rapid drop of the low east rift zone of Kilauea volcano. The same intrusion, of course, that's responsible now for what we have confirmed. This is the information hub that was established by the community, for the community, specifically to be able to provide updates new at Kahukai and also on Kaupili Street. 27 homes lost, 36 structures total and a mandatory immediate evacuation because of the imminent danger that is being posed right now at Lanipuna. Now, back to you.
All right, Mileka, thank you so much. Definitely a lot of information to take in. The situation certainly changing by the minute, if not by the hour, very, very rapidly. A lot has changed even from this morning.
A very different perspective. Being on the ground in the subdivision, being able to get access to where the fissures are, seeing.
States residents have been given that opportunity to go check on their property and gather additional belongings. So when that evacuation notice came out for Lanipuna Gardens, there was a lot of confusion in this area. Some thought perhaps they meant to say Leilani Estates because major. They described it as a massive as a result of these eruptions to 36. That's located at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai, where we heard after hearing from another resident that the fissure that developed along Kaupili there's some sputtering and gurgling, but it doesn't appear to be as much as a potential immediate or imminent threat or danger as the situation at Leilani Avenue and Kahukai. And because of the fact that the reason for the emergency alert that was issued ordering that mandatory evacuation. Now, I did get a chance to check in with the Hawaii County officials, the police officers who are here on the scene at threat right now within Leilani Estates in the areas that they were already allowing residents to gain access, meaning they have decided that they are going to continue to allow Leilani Estates residents who have the proper photo identification and the newly issued placard, which you had to go and pick up earlier today at Pohoa Sacred Hearts Church. You need to show photo. Can keep track of who's going in and out of that neighborhood to ensure that it's residents only and no sites. No one who just wants to get an up close look at the lava. The area changed drastically, and they said that right now their number one concern, given where the flow is right now, Leilani, and Kahukai is not the actual lava direction or wildfire threat that's being posed for Leilani Estates, but rather for Lenni Puna Garden. For whatever reason, have been a holdout who had stayed behind. What we can tell you is that they are being told if they can where that eruption is located, they have to instead head Makai toward the ocean. We're told they need to evacuate. Beach Park. And again, go Makai if you're within Lenni Puna Gardens, and you can hear this messaging because you will not be able to gain a momentarily pause in the lava activity, but accounted for as a result of the draining that has been taking place, the rapid decline, the rapid drop, this intrusion underground of the low east rift zone of Kilauea volcano. The same intrusion, of course, that's responsible now for what we have confirmed. This is the information hub that was established by the community, for the community, specifically to be able to provide updates new at Kahukai and also on Kaupili Street. 27 homes lost, 36structures total, and a mandatory immediate evacuation because of the imminent danger that is being posed right now at Lenni Puna. Now, back to you.
All right, Mileka, thank you so much. Definitely a lot of information to take in. The situation certainly changing by the minute, if not by the hour, very, very rapidly. A lot has changed even from this morning. We
a very different perspective. Being on the ground in the subdivision, being able to get access to where the fissures are, seeing
Up in the area of the former fissure 3, it lasted about half an hour, and then another fissure opened up close to where fissure 5 had been, and that was going, and then yet another, one of the early
to stand right over here.
is located there.
Were the sirens sounded?
No sirens.
Why not?
Well, such an isolated area, we were able to isolate
And the governor was there saying that they're working with PGV to make sure that the pentane gas is removed. Do you know
to move
and Kahukai that is now threatening Lanipuna Gardens. This is a lava threat, we are told, not just a sulfur dioxide risk. That's actually why Lanipuna Gardens residents were not allowed back.
In with 4 futons. They never give them to nobody. They will go put them inside. See all that in there? All that right there is blankets. One lady came in with 4 futons. They never give them to nobody. They will go put them inside the back here. The seniors outside here, one with a broken hip, rods, metal plates, and it's to their discretion. Why? Why is that? Why is that? So this lady gonna suffer lying down on top of the hard cot while we get all these kind of supplies in here hidden. And the reason why in video that 3 ladies there, because they made boxes of food and they claim that they're gonna go from here to the Ke'au site, and they're gonna deliver those cases of food there. But yet they don't can even give food over here, but they're gonna go take them to Ke'au, which supposed to only have 15 people.
Look at all that stuff. These are all the blankets, and everybody's freezing. Boxes of blankets, everybody's freezing.
I like to know where they just put that 4 brand new mattresses. Look at all the dog food, look at all the pet food in there. Cases of diapers. This sucks. I mean, this really sucks. Look at that.
Where did those futons go? I don't see them in here. The lady had like 4 of them.
Yeah. In on the car, guaranteed. They went to the sun. Okay. Wait, you get the key. I like to know where the damn where they went hide the futons that lady went just bring from the side.
Where's the futons?
Oh, right there, look, people.
They're here.
Right there. You see that? Look. Oh, more than 4. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these cases of water, all these diapers.
There's all the bread that was folded up that I didn't want to go bad.
Yeah, look, cases of food, bread.
Spam for days. Nobody's cooking nothing.
You get all these cases of
all the blankets. Everybody's freezing in there.
All this is blankets that we have kupunas freezing outside. Look, white blankets. So I'm going to come out here and I'm going to just ask
Here go Auntie Willie. Auntie Willie.
Yeah.
This is my girl, Loke.
Hi, Loke.
Hi, Auntie.
Taking my picture.
You know mine. I like ask one question.
Like ask one question. And you're going to videotape?
I'm videoing you.
Why?
Because we still working at the other side tent.
Oh, this is, wait. I'm still in an interview with this one from Maui.
I just say one question. Do you have a mattress on your cot? Yes or no?
No.
Does it hurt when you sleep on it, Auntie? You uncomfortable or comfortable?
No, we put blankets.
Yeah, but you uncomfortable, yeah?
Well, it's just cold when you sleep with with the cart. When we go get the blanket and we put on top of the hali, we put on top so your back don't get cold.
Okay. But you'd get 6 brand new folded mattresses in here right now. I video them just now before I walked. That's what I walked out from. And there's 5 boxes of blankets in there. But yet you guys know more. So I like you know, and since you guys from Maui to know, and this can go on the Facebook on Recover Pahoa.
You folks are the most incredible, wonderful, beautiful
to want to know why it's
in
been
the
stored?
world.
Because you,
I'm
all
so
people, wheelchair should have one of those futons.
Thank you.
And they're just taking them in there and determining who they think needs them.
For us,
you need
this
you wheelchair.
place,
yeah.
and
Your
I feel
sister
so
needs it.
safe.
She's wheelchair.
Do you know? Do you guys know
freezing.
that we had good meals down the road?
You have them here, right here.
Oh no. You like know what we served at our tent?
No, I don't.
My grandson
I'm gonna turn
is
this
here
off.
with his 8 kids.
You want to say your name?
And
by
I
any
would
chance?
see them.
My name is Robin Melinda Taylor.
In their tent.
Nice to meet you, Robin. I'm
That
Loki.
you have me.
I love you, Loki.
Put my body on this.